Shoot gives to Kennard. The three for the tie. Oh, my goodness! I don't believe what I have seen! We are tied at 115!
What's going on, NBA fanatics? This is your friendly neighborhood Memphis Grizzlies homer, Memphis X, and I talk hoops. Today, we are talking about the Grizzlies afternoon game with the Celtics and Luke Kennard's debut. But first, every hero needs their theme music.
Piano.
Grizz gang, go hard. Baddest in the game, we be on one. I talk hoops so secure. All up on the court, but we gon' score. Memphis bringing heat straight from Tennessee. Demorant spiking, let's go, boy. He that MVP.
This is Memphis X with iTalkHoops. While you are here, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to be notified every time I drop a video. I have a goal to reach 3,000 subscribers by the playoffs, and I'm going to need your help to get there. Thank you.
We view ourselves as a team that is right in the thick in the West. We have a lot of confidence in this group. We think that in adding Luke Kennard, we address, probably the biggest need on our roster, which is adding someone who's not just a shooter, but also a scorer. I think the way that Luke has been used in the past, if you look at his last year in Detroit, where he had the ball in his hands a lot more too, having someone who can add another level of dynamism to the offense and definitely just open up the floor more. We want to surround Ja and the rest of the group with as much shooting as we possibly can. And now with Luke Kennard and Dez, we have two of the very best shooters in the league.
That's right, Grizz fans. The Memphis Grizzlies have two of the best shooters in the league. Now, for those who have been around the whole 20-some-odd years for the Grizzlies in Memphis, you know this requires us to pinch ourselves and hope that we aren't dreaming. But Luke Kennard makes his debut this afternoon in Boston on Super Bowl Sunday. And hopefully he can inject some good adrenaline into the offense, which has been anemic lately. It has fallen out of what was the top 10 into the middle of the pack. I mean, I think our offense had gotten up to top 5 in the league during that 11-game win streak. But now with the struggles that we had, losing 8 of 9, the offense is floundering around middle of the league, middle of the pack in the league. So the Grizzlies have some work to do offensively. And hopefully the focus and the determination that we saw in the last game comes through today. A curious stat, Jayson Tatum has never, ever, ever in his entire career lost a game to the Memphis Grizzlies. Currently 10-0, I believe, against the Memphis Grizzlies. So we need to end that today. That is the mission. That is the goal of the day, to beat the Boston Celtics. And if we do beat the Boston Celtics, yes, it's just going to be a good indication that these Grizzlies have decided that after their 3 weeks of trouble, that they're going to mature, that they're going to take this season seriously down the stretch, and they are going to take it upon themselves to win as many games as possible during the final stretch of this regular season and to make it to the Western Conference Finals at least, hopefully the finals, praying for a title. So, I'm going to still see if I'm going to live stream today the game, if I can. But, yeah, this game today is going to be a good integration of Luke Kennard making his debut as the Memphis Grizzlies. Guy coming off the bench. Hopefully we can maybe see him in the closing lineups. I would like to see him and Dez flanking Ja. I know the defense troubles are going to be there, but I want to see them start integrating this early and often. I want more shooting. You guys know what I think. I think if they're going to keep Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, everybody else, if you got Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, and Ja Morant, everybody else must be an above-average shooter. Everybody else. Everybody else. That's what I'm aiming for, and I'm aiming for another elite shooter. And this is what Perfuse, if you don't know, I really had an inkling to get Grady Dick out of the University of Kansas on the Grizzlies in the draft because I think he's a generational shooter, but I'm going to talk about that when I talk about the draft. But Luke Kennard is a good substitute. Of course, he's not 6'7" like Grady Dick, but he is an elite, proven NBA shooter. Him and Desmond Bane were 1 and 2 in three-point shooting percentage last season. I think they're 5 and 6 now in the NBA. So we are talking about real shooting for the Memphis Grizzlies. Threats that you cannot leave open, threats that you cannot help off of to go stay in the paint and protect against jaw drives. And if you heard Kleiman, he's saying that Luke Kennard has not been used properly lately, and that's because of the plethora of wings and guards that the Clippers had. Luke Kennard was mostly used as a floor spacer for the Clippers, but in his stint in Detroit, he was used more on the ball, more of a pseudo point guard, making reads, making passes off the dribble, and I believe that is how the Grizzlies are going to use him. And he is young, guys. I think he's just 26 years old. He's younger than Dylan. So we're going to see how Coach Taylor Jenkins uses this man, how he takes advantage of his gravity, his shooting, and can they get more out of Luke Kennard than the Clippers did. So remember the games early today. I think it's 1 o'clock local time. So don't forget it because, the Super Bowl is tonight. So the NBA's only got 2 games up early this afternoon. So, y'all, hopefully we can get a win in Boston and break the Jayson Tatum chokehold. Peace.